call this part 2 for today. I was just live and I thought it was gonna hold my signal, so when I came out, I thought I was gonna, usually I just pick right up where I left off and it'll all get pieced together in the end and be one big presentation and everything. But yeah, okay. I had a conversation with a brother in the parking lot as I was entering the store yard. If y'all, you know what, if y'all not, if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what's he talking about, because I came on here and I saw it was a game, travel, there was outdoors. That's right, you're in the right place still. Don't be confused. You're in the right place. We do multi-niche content here. Okay, we cover all kind of bases over here. Right, we're not limited. We're not limited in this space, not at all. Okay, you are still in the right place. So, man, dang, what's up with my GPS today? Oh my gosh, one of them days, y'all. It's not gonna act right. I'm gonna have to jiggle the cord and do all this janky stuff. With this janky ass cord. Oh my goodness. I'm laughing because my dad and I got this ongoing joke. Years ago when janky was more of a word that people use frequently in slang and hip hop cultures, he used to say that all the time and he still says it. And I'm like, but he always would use it in ways, sometimes he uses it in ways that like, yeah, that's what the word means. Janky is like, the thing is kind of off. It's awkward. It's non-reliable. It's twisted. It's messed up. And then other times he would use it in ways that'd be like, that's not how you use that. But when you reach a certain age, man, you can just get away with saying all kinds of. It makes it hilarious, actually. It's just like just say all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Somebody in the chat saying what's up. How you doing? If you're gonna be in the chat, you slip through on me because I hadn't set my parameters yet. I hope you're a subscriber because I don't let nobody talk but subscribers. If not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can be official. If you want to keep chopping it up. Because the next question gonna always be when people start talking is where you at, where you from, age range, lady or gentleman. That's what I want to know. Okay? Because I like to be able to gauge who my audience is because I know I got people all over the world and I love to know exactly who's watching when I go live. That's a very good important piece of data for me to build upon. 12 in the building. Let's get some thumbs up in here. If you're talking, you know you gotta hit a thumbs up. What's good? There you go. Represent. Now we talking. Now we talking. Now we on deck. I see you. Appreciate you. So, let me try to get back on topic. What I was saying, I was crossing the parking lot, about to go get this order, doing this courier thing. Side gig that's became the main survival gig. But I always say, hey man, I refuse to call it the main gig because the main gig is this. This is the ONYXCON is job number one. This is my baby. This is everything. I pour my all into this to build this up, not just here but everywhere we are because we are a network of arts and creative lifestyle organization as a foundation, as a nonprofit. We got a lot going on in many places here. Fan base, Instagram. We got multiple pages on Instagram for all the different. We break it up over there. I spoon feed them over there, I always say. But over here, I don't spoon feed nothing. There's one big buffet in one place. People be talking about do one niche. We don't do one niche. We are multi-niche. We the foundation. We are the pioneers of multi-niche content. Did you hear me? When people start using the phrase, remember where you heard it first. Because see, I know how stuff go. When there'll be a time when it's gonna take it for somebody else who's got more clout already and more leverage in the game to start, to hear me talking. Ain't gonna give credit to you. Gonna steal your phrase and act like that, because I was thinking, well, I really do multi-niche content. Man, since when? Who are you? Like, that's how people do. You know what I'm saying? They like to grab your stuff and not get no credit, run off with it. You're like, no, player, hold up. Where you get that from? Right here. That's where that started. Nobody was saying that till I said it. Nobody. Nobody. We the beginning, baby. We the beginning. The originators don't have to be duplicators. You know what I mean? For real though. It's a special kind of vibe, y'all. Special kind of vibe. And so, I'm crossing the parking lot. I see this brother. He got all these packages. Now, if you do the kind of stuff I'm doing and you know how it works with the system, you don't get but maybe 20 packages when you get like there's two types of orders there. You're gonna either do groceries where you do the shopping, take the order, or get there or three types of pick up a grocery order, or pick up boxes and baggies. Those are my favorites because you get a lot of them, or like I say, what it's a small order compared to other stuff I've done. I've done seasonal for the Browns, the Brown Shield Company. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I done seasonal for Christmas for them. Like so, yeah. I did that. I did unload one time way back when I was much younger. I was in my 20s probably. It's crazy. And both times it was grueling. I mean, of the two, I preferred when I had a route and was just out and about in my car, listen to my music, do what I want to do. Got love that. That's why I like the freedom of doing courier work. It's the freedom of my time and whatever I need to be able to do, I can do it. Still do the other thing. So I'm crossing the lot and I see this brother. He got I'm talking about he lining them up, he numbering them, he putting them in groups. I said, that's that real order. That's that issue I was used to when I was with the Browns. You had to line your stuff up. You group them on here, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and it's a number system of whatever the order. But it's different with this. It doesn't have the same type of number, but you still can group them. And I'm seeing him with the Sharpie out, and he marking the box. I said, oh, that's that real. That's that real. I said, hey, bro, excuse me. He said, yeah. I said, man, what kind is that part of some special initiative with them that they give you this? He's like, no, I'm not with the Spark thing. I said, word? I said, well, who you with? And he named like it's an independent contractor in the metro area. I said, oh, okay. So I got to look into him. I don't know nothing about him yet, so I ain't saying nothing about that. You got to look into that and see what that is. Find it for one thing. I noted it, but it didn't come up immediately. So I got to, he said he found on Indeed. I said, man, I got to get back on Indeed. I've had an Indeed account, but I stopped. Indeed, it comes and goes in levels of hype. I've been on there at times when people say, "Oh, this job is high." I remember when in my acting experience, some people would say, "Oh yeah, I get on there and try and find jobs as an actor." I'm like, "Oh really? Oh, okay." So I rebooted my profile and put in my acting stuff, linked to my reel, all that good stuff. I ain't never getting nothing off of Indeed. I'm not saying it don't work for people. I know people who've gotten jobs from Indeed, but all those people I'm thinking of. It's typical corporate stuff. It was like it's a corporate based entity. So I expected to only cater to that, you know, stuff like this that's off the beaten path. I'm like, really? You found that on there? Like, I'm not saying by no means I'm not saying he was lying. I know he was telling the truth. I'm looking at the work, right? And he had one of those small carrier vans. There's nothing but just an open back, the real courier bus, if you will, like a little short. It's like a minivan. It's basically a minivan, but it ain't no seats in the back. It's just an open back for putting boxes and shit. I said, oh yeah, man, I know you be working. I know you're a sprinter. That's what they call a sprinter. You got a small sprinter. And I was like, yo, okay, bro, I see you, man. I was like, so how does that work? He said, well, yeah, man, I do this. Normally, I'm done by this time. I don't even like taking orders this late. I would have been done by now because I'll do some other stuff in the morning and then get an order a little earlier and be done by this time. I said, wow, okay, all right. And I've heard a lot of folks who, really, really hardcore about it, split their day up that way. Now, mind you, everybody I've ever met that says that, though, they don't be my age. They don't be my age. Even these 20 something, 30 something year old cats. And I get it. Your body ain't caught up with your mind yet to let you're going that time when you get that time in the day and it's like, Lord, you need to take a nap or something, but you don't take it because I can keep going. I ain't worried about no nap. I sleep when I'm dead. All that old shit you tell you. I sleep when I'm dead. How people talk that kind of stuff, and they ain't never had one of them naps that come up and don't ask you to go to sleep. It just, pow, take your ass to sleep. They ain't never had one of them. They never had one of them, see? They ain't got to that level and they level up yet. You know what I'm saying? They keep taking them rotations around the sun around the earth. You gonna get there. You gonna find out what I'm talking about. You keep upgrading them years, you gonna what? Fellas, if you feel me, ladies, if you feel me, if you're in the older, wonderful demographic, you've been blessed to live longer, you know what I mean? And There's no pun intended. I admire when, cause I'm kicking hard now. Don't get it twisted. I'm good. Hold on. Let me go back this way. Yes, y'all. So as I was continuing my story, I was telling y'all, like, these younger dudes that, be working these crazy hours. As I was, as I was saying, I had to keep interrupting because I'm trying to get an order right now. A lot of them younger dudes that work all them crazy hours, though, man, they just haven't got to the point yet where their body, even if you're healthy, I'm in great health for my age. I know that. I'm in way above average for my age, way above. But I've still had moments. I've still had my my couple of major things to kind of wake me up that, yo, you're getting older and you don't have to slow down. I hate when people act like you just like, hey, man, because, something stupid going on right now where people act like they're old when they're only 20, late 20s. They hit 30 and they act like they fucking 55. It's like, are you out of your mind? You're not old. You're not even close to old. You're not even. What a joke, right? It's pathetic. I don't like that. It's so disrespectful of time. It's disrespectful of your own body. You're telling yourself things that aren't true. And you can convince your body, like, oh, I'm supposed to be sick. I'm supposed to be falling apart. I'm supposed to be aching more. And you'll bring on the problem. But if you, so, yeah, people get a little goofy about it, man. It's like, be realistic with your body. That Patrice Russian, you remind me, will forever hit. It don't matter if you hear it every day of your life. It always sounds good and it's addictive. That's what I was just listening to on radio. Classic is classic. Yo, but I was talking to y'all about this courier thing. What's funny? What's really hilarious? So I don't be on Indeed, but I actually do have my account set up in a way on Indeed where I have one, where when it comes to work and when it comes to the kind of work I'm doing, I do get stuff in my email to apply for good jobs, right? So it made me laugh because I went to my email right after I had this conversation with this dude talking about Indeed, and it made me feel some kind of way because I'm looking at he's got the work, and I'm like, damn, I want a job like that. If I'm gonna be doing this is the level of it I want to do. Um, so I was like, damn, maybe I need to get back on Indeed. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, what are you talking about? You're already doing it. You just don't, just because you're not looking at the app, they have the most important thing you want off of it is job suggestions. And I get those almost, when I say monthly, I get these things, they get a list. And this ain't no, advertisement. I know every time somebody hears somebody, that's why I don't even say a lot of names in my content because people think everything you do. I mean, shit, there is stuff I am aligned to, and I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, this is an advertisement. We need to get this money. Come on, please buy from them. Do this, do that. Like Timu, for example. Let me shout them out while I'm talking, because I got a promo code and I want y'all to use it. All right. And I don't know it by heart, but it's in the content that it will apply to. If you see my video about about this thing right here, I don't know if you can see that. My new fold out car with these big wide wheels on it that I love. Okay, as I was saying, but yeah, that cart. If you watch that video with that, it's got my promo code in it. So if you want to use that and help ONYXCON anytime you buy something, please do. Thank you so much. But back to what I was saying about the Indeed thing, like, yeah, I've been getting suggestions and I've been applying. Almost every month I apply for two or three when I see, whenever that list comes, I find something on there that feel, okay, I could do, I don't know about that one, but wait a minute, okay, yeah. Wait a minute, I got to do what? No, I ain't doing all that. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I pick some stuff and I apply. So sometimes you second guess yourself. And I find the older I get, that just happens more and more often. Like you be covering the bases you don't think you're covering because you get tired, y'all. You're going to get tired of doing this shit, period. You're going to be like, man, I just want to do the stuff I know I want to do. All this other stuff is just, all that get a job bullshit. This job shit, that ain't it. That ain't life. That ain't really life. You got to do it. Don't get me wrong, kids. Don't be the person. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want no job. No, I ain't say don't have a job. I said it is bullshit. Just know you got to deal with the bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Don't get it twisted. You gonna have to do it. Do not get it twisted. It will be something you got to do. Until what you really want aligns with everything right, the stars line up, because it really is like a constellation of elements until things come together in a way where, well, I'll be damn, I do have enough for uh, my shelter, I got for food, I got my gas. You're going to be counting them off just like that. I got my health care, I got my. Once you can look at the list and say, damn, everything's covered and I got a backup. Okay, then you can be settled into whatever else and do your own thing. And don't believe all these people online that are always trying to make you feel some kind of way like you ain't accomplished enough in life yet because they seem to have it all. You know, they got on their costume jewelry or quote unquote real. What's real? Everything's real. If it's metal, it's real. What the fuck you talking about? I don't give a damn if it's gold, platinum, stainless steel. I tell you, I've said it in many of my videos. I wear stainless steel. I like copper. I like all those affordable metals more so than gold and all that. Man, I don't give a shit. I don't give a damn about none of that. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all ever see, and I tell you quick, you ever see me wearing something that look expensive? More than likely, it's a quarter of, if not a half of that price. Cause I don't care about that. I care about quality over quantity, and none of those things keep me eating per se. It's just a look. I told you I'm in the film biz. I can't count the amount of movies I've been on where the wardrobe department comes over with the props to get us ready for a scene, and they say take your pick, and they got all these watches that look like Rolexes and stuff, and other ones that look whatever else, and none of it's the real thing. But on camera to y'all, oh shit, man, you saw what he had on, man. Ooh, what was? Ain't none of that shit real on the level of real y'all looking for it to be. It's not. Remind me. Every time I had to flip over and come back, the radio comes on for a minute, and that was what was playing still. So it just got on my mind real quick. But anyway, no, man, it don't be real, y'all. According to the realness leisure that people pretend they have one true system of rating what's real is hilarious to me. It's like, what are you talking about, man? And what was really cool about the moment talking to the brother who was doing the courier thing, and he had all these boxes for this. I know that order had at least 100 packages. So if you've done any of what I'm talking about, you know that's a good order, right? For depending on depending on who you with and what they pay and all that stuff is always, otherwise you just wasting up your gas. Uh, but damn, what the? Okay, I don't like the way they set this up. That's not cool. That's not cool. Ain't got no turn, but this is a. I thought this was a light. This ain't the light. This is some other mess. Hell ain't doing nothing but making it hard. It ain't gotta be like this. All right. So, but I'm looking at all the packages and I'm saying, man, that's a good order. And he broke it down at one point. He just got it all the way real with me. He dropped the ultimate line that I was waiting on. I was gonna work up to it, but he obviously this is when you know somebody's telling you the truth about what they get. This is when you know somebody's telling the truth about what they get, what they make, what they got, what it is. This is when you know. They don't hesitate about dropping numbers. Is no big deal to say, and not in a braggadocious way. Not in a. It's not too nonchalant. It's not braggadocious. It's matter of fact. It's like, yo, you do this too, so I know you know how this money be. And he said he'll average about 200 a day, and I said that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna do it like that, if you're gonna do that much work, at least get something decent for your time and come out with at least about $1,000 a week, right? So, but then he said, what cracked me up. Uh, and I'll say this too, because I thought that was pretty cool, right? I looked down while he was talking, and I noticed he had. I said, "Those look familiar." Oh, yeah, those are them joints. I got these Avias that I love. Avia. Avia. I've never known how if you say Avia or Avia, but I remember when they first came out back in the '80s. Okay, I'll take it back to there, or especially early '90s. I think it was late '80s, early '90s, somewhere in there. And I got a pair of these joints now because they're definitely a Wally World specialty, you know. And most people walk right by this, most of you sneakerheads, but what's funny about them today, it's really good looking shoes. Well designed, comfortable, everything you need out of a shoe. Not the most popular brand, not the hottest brand, not the most, ooh, he got that ish on brand. Who gives a what a damn kid think about me? I don't give a shit, man. Look, we set the bar for cool that y'all trying to get to. You wearing stuff I wore in freaking middle school, man. Kids online debating about Bo Jacksons and Jordans and athletes there and didn't even watch play. I don't give a damn what nobody think about what the hell I wear. Y'all, I'm telling you, so much freedom in getting older. I didn't care when I was young, but I really don't care now. You understand me? I'm talking about really don't give a darn. But I thought it was cool that this brother was he had to be in his late 20s or early 30s. And he had on the exact same pair. I said, that's smart, man. That's a brother who understands. I mean, I'm sure if you go home, he might have a pair of quote unquote Jordans or whatever. Same here. I'm on that same frequency, and I don't even have no Jordans right now. I ain't got none. I've had some in my life, but I'm like, not a lot, never a lot. Like literally, I can count. I think it was only two I've ever worn in my whole life, for real. You know, because that was never important to me, right? And it's all about how much you tell me. First of all, how much I love it, how much I like it. Do I genuinely like the shoe? Then it's like, is it comfortable? Okay. Then how much does it cost? Once we get to how much it costs, and if it ain't comfortable either half the time, because I done tried on something that's so tight, I'm like, what? How do people do this? This is crazy. And they feel like you're walking on a plank. They don't bend. They don't have to give, because, well, mostly because they're really made for basketball on a court, not on concrete either. So I get it. That ain't what I do, so I don't have to have this. It's like that's how I put that out of my mind a lot of times, right? But then every now and then I'll see a pair that I'm like, oh, I really want those. And if I ain't got it and they on sale, because that's the only way I saw them or cared about buying. If I just looking, whatever, make some content for y'all. Ooh, look at the pretty shoe. But if it's something I would buy, it was on sale, guaranteed. It was about 60, $70, period. I ain't going to no 100 or nothing near it for no damn, no, not for no sneaker. Shit. A dress shoe that'll last me forever, yeah, maybe even then, because it's like, yeah, that's not something I need a lot of. Just one or two or three pairs for now. When I get the money to be fly, oh yeah, I have a closet full of everything I'm talking about. But I ain't there, so it's okay. I'm where I'm at. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm cool with that till I get there. Okay, I'm crawling before I walk on that level. It's okay. There's stages in this thing. It don't matter about your age. It don't matter about your age. You there when it's time for you. And everybody else that had to have it at all them other times and putting all that pressure on themselves, most of them ain't gonna be here no way. Because the way they living, drinking hard, smoking hard, all this stuff. Somebody hit my comments earlier today. I had done a live where I was working out. Y'all may have seen it. I was flexing and stuff. And they said, how old are you, bro? I just grinned. I knew that was a compliment. I said, 50. And I know they probably still looking at the number on the screen like, no, no, yeah, no, for real. And really, when people meet me in person, that's the real, like, they don't believe it. Like, on screen is one thing, but in person, they really like, whoa. There's folks who didn't know I was as tall as I am. I'm not huge. I'm like 6'1" and a half. I mean, what I'm saying? I always say, hey, 6'2" with shoes on. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'1" and a half. But some people don't think I'm that tall. They see me, damn, you tall. They don't think I'm not huge. I'm not a really big guy. I'm not ultra muscular, but I'm muscular. You know what I'm saying? So then they like, it messes with their head a little bit because they think one thing, and then they meet the real thing, and they like, oh shit, yeah, hmm you know. But no, it was funny. He says, how old are you? I said, 50. But what it is they think of themselves, whether it's themselves or somebody they know people half my age can't even do one pair of damn push-up. It's a fucking shame. But it's real. It's real out here. This is what's going on for real. You know, and it's sad. It's really sad. People ain't taking care of themselves, man. drinking and smoking themselves to death. They're depressed. They put all this whatever pressure on themselves about buying certain things, having certain name brand things that do not fucking matter. Like I said, I'm talking to this brother. He was in his late 20s or 30s. I know. I look down. He got on the same pair of Adidas that I like to wear. They probably bought them at the same store, the one I'm at. Or you bought them at one of them while he's, you know what I'm saying? Because we work at them. We get your money up out there. But you know how much they got. Man, the shoes are like, with tax, 27 bucks. You know what I mean? And somebody might think, oh man, what they look fly as hell. You clean them up, I promise you, you do a double take and think they was some Asics or some. And I like Asics. Asics are cool, but the ones that have become so hot to try it and then got up to $200, y'all can keep them shits. I'll wait for them to go on sale for 70 or 60. And if I want them, I'll get them then. If I'm ready, I'll get them then. You know, I ain't stressing about that. Because what $60 will do for me on a vacation in the right country could be a whole day worth of food. With a bad sweetie on my side, somewhere in the tropics, sipping on a coconut, eating mango, and looking at beach tides roll in. Which one would you rather have? A pair of damn shoes waiting on the next compliment from a complete stranger to make you feel like you the man? Or you really are the man somewhere else in the world living it up? It just depends on what matters to you. Now, if all that ever gonna matter to you is a shoe, then okay, you living the best life you could ever have, man. And I'm not even saying I don't appreciate shoes as an art form. Y'all know I do. I do shoe content, but I'm a different type when I do it. I do it from a just strictly from the standpoint of look at the piece of art. It's like seeing a piece of art on other levels of art, where yo, this is something you might never be able to afford, but it's beautiful to witness. That's how I feel about a lot of these shoes. That's how I feel about a lot of these outfits. That's how I feel about a lot of these, jewelry and all that stuff. It's like, oh, that's really cool. Okay, good for you. It really ends right there. I'm good. Cause what's more important to me is getting to the beach. That's jobs. That's on job number one list. Get my bills paid off so I can go to the beach. To hell with some bullshit in the matrix, as we say, as people say all the time. But I mean it when I say it. I ain't just talking for no. I ain't talking about. I ain't no passport, bro. When I talk about the matrix, I'm talking about really understanding what the matrix was about and saying that ain't me. I could care less. I ain't caught up in y'all mess, man. I got a different way about everything. Just gonna keep on pushing until I get where I know I'm destined to be because I'm doing all the right moves. It takes more time. It ain't as flashy. It ain't as fly. It sure as hell ain't easy. But it's sensible if you're doing it the way we do it. And we ain't answering no bosses. We the boss.